All right. I can't see any of you. This is awesome. I can't tell when you're mad. This is my first show I've done in about 4 months. So you're welcome. Coming back. Yeah, I took about a 4-month little break. Half of it was because I was filming a lot of stuff, filming a lot of great TV, great television, like Dates from Hell. To an episode of Dates from Hell, yeah, you know. Another reason was because I was also in relationships. It's probably the bigger reason why I stopped doing comedy. I dated a couple girls at different times at the same time. You gave me a look like you skeevy bastard. Son of a bitch. I did. I had a couple girlfriends in the past like 4 months. You know, and every time I get into a relationship, I always kind of think to myself, like, why am I doing stand-up comedy? Like, why am I doing this? Why do I need to get up on a stage and make a bunch of strangers laugh? You know, I'm having sex. Who needs this crap? You know. It's great, you know, it's awesome, you know, the sky is blue, the birds are chirping, a girl likes my penis, you know. I need stand-up comedy, and it is great, until the day where everything goes horribly wrong, and then things aren't great, and then she leaves me, and then there is no sex, and then she breaks my heart, and then I go, oh right, that's why I do stand-up comedy. Yeah. Actually, it reminds me of this time I was walking down the street, and I happened to run into my ex-girlfriend's older sister. And luckily for me, we happened to be walking to the same fucking place. So for about 20 minutes, I walked on the street with my ex-girlfriend's older sister. And it was weird. I didn't know if I should be like, you know, like make myself known or say something or whatever. Like, what would the worst that could happen, you know? She'd punch me in the balls. Have the guy she was walking with kick my ass. You know, no biggie, whatever. But I didn't, you know. She finally turned the corner, and I never said anything. But you know, like what would I have really said? Like if I had made myself known, like what would that conversation have been like? I'd be like, hey Rhonda, hey, her name's not Rhonda, but anyway, hey Rhonda, it's Chris. Remember me? You know, I dated your younger sister, so she took my heart out and broke it into 1,000,000 pieces. And so I then in turn ripped her out and broke it into 1,000,000 pieces. And then we continued to do this for the better part of a year. Remember? So. How are things? I'm originally from Houston, Texas. Yeah. Other Texans? Okay, well then I can't see you. Anyway, I grew up in Houston. Funny thing about Houston, contrary to popular belief, it is actually diverse. That's right, it's not just white people down there. Yeah? I think that should be the new sign for Texas. It's like, you know, welcome to Texas. It's not just a bunch of white people in cowboy hats riding horses. Although yes, we do have those. Yes. But no, I grew up in this very diverse neighborhood. My school district, in fact, it was 7% Caucasian. The Asians actually beat us 2-1 with 14%, which, if you're a white male, is awesome. 2-1, yes. But no, it was very different. See, what you have to understand about Houston is that we have this thing in Houston called white flight. And if you don't know what white flight is, that's when a neighborhood gets too urban, white people fly. And if you're too poor to fly, you learn how to fucking run. Because it's not a racist thing. I loved where I grew up. I loved the diversity of it all. But as we all know, white people have done some fucked up shit. And certain ethnic groups that are poor and oppressed and used to be enslaved will let you know about it. Not with just their words. But yeah, it was different. You know, most neighborhoods, they have these names. You know, like, you go to like a white neighborhood, it's like, oh, hello, welcome to Rio Vista Lane. Oh, this is Run Deer Lake. Yes, they have some Indian heritage. Ooh, I know, yeah. No, my neighborhood didn't have any of those names. My neighborhood, the name that it was given to by the residents of my neighborhood, our neighborhood was called the SWAT. That's SWAT. When the name of your neighborhood matches the police acronym for Special Weapons and Tactics, you may live in a bad neighborhood. And they never, like, when you came, they never were like, hey guys, welcome to the SWAT. Yeah, come on in, this is the SWAT. No, they said, hey man, welcome to the SWAT. As if you just entered a Little John music video circa 2002. Yeah, it was different, you know, and my mother, you know, growing up, it was different, like, you know, like, I remember when Dave Chappelle came out with that, you know, the white power, when he came out with that little sketch, you know, I'm sure white neighborhoods, they fucking loved that shit. They probably ate it up like, oh my god, it's a black guy saying white power, it's so funny. Yeah, they didn't get that joke in my neighborhood. I was walking to the lunchroom, and 7 6'5", 270-pound black guys circled me and were going, white power, white power! And I just looked up and said, well, this is it. This is how I die. I did get accustomed to it, and I learned how to survive. But my mother didn't quite adapt to the neighborhood. My mother is that quintessential old school Southern belle, Southern lady. She's the kind of person, she really is an angel. She's the kind of person that you could go up to her and call her a bitch to her face and it won't even faze her. She's like, fuck you, bitch! Oh, thank you. When are you coming to church? Okay, we'll see you then. But, she really know how to, like, change her persona in my neighborhood. I remember when I was like 5 or 6, and I was kicking a soccer ball outside up against the fence. And all of a sudden my mom comes out and says, Christopher, it's time to come inside. I'm like, oh, but Mom, 5 more minutes. No, Christopher, really, you've been playing for far too long. It's time to come inside. Oh, but Mom, please, just 5 more minutes. Christopher, there is a butt-naked crackhead walking down with a shotgun. It is time to come inside. Didn't quite. In fact, the SWAT team actually did show up one time in my neighborhood. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the show Alias. Maybe remember that show? Great show, right, man? My family fucking ate that shit up. We loved that show. Jennifer Garner fucking gunfiring, kicking ass. It was awesome. And then one day we're watching Alias, and it goes to a commercial, but we still hear like the sounds of men talking and guns being like cocked. Like, what the fuck is going on? So my dad walks outside. Turns out the SWAT team is actually outside our backyard setting up to raid our front door neighbor's house. Turned out that he'd actually lost his custody battle and was going to blow both his and his kid's head off. And luckily for us, where our TV room was this massive window that faced the front of his house, where the SWAT team was going to run into. And so they were like, you should probably get away from this window. And we look at them and be like, but Alias is on. Like, no, you don't understand. Like, guns may get fired. You might want to, take cover. But okay. So what do? We get the 13-inch turn-knob Zenith TV on a rollaway. We roll that shit into the kitchen, into a corner. We hide there and we watch Alias. Because you know what, motherfucker? We're poor. We ain't got a DVR. I'll leave you with this last one. I live in Washington Heights. And yeah, right? Woohoo! Manhattan, Washington Heights, Upper West. I never really had a problem living there, even as a white male, except for this one instance. I was walking back home with my then girlfriend. And, it's like late at night, we're not really talking. We just come home from dinner, we're enjoying the night air. And as we're walking down Convent on 149th, there's these 2 girls sitting on a stoop. Now, we say absolutely nothing while walking towards or passing these 2 girls, but that was enough to make one of them flip her motherfucking shit. And as we passed, she proceeded to say these very words. Hey! Why you gotta live here, huh? Why you gotta live here, huh? Where the rest of us supposed to live, huh? Tell me that. Where the rest of us supposed to live, huh? You know what? Why don't you go back to where you came from? Why don't you go back to Ronkonkoma? And I guess I should have gotten mad. I should have got pissed off. I should have turned around and said, hey, that's racist. This is a progressive neighborhood. The only thing I could really think about was, where the fuck is Ronkonkoma? You guys have been great. I'm Chris Wren. Thanks so much. Great show.